Yo, what's up and welcome back to AT Vlogs. Previously on this series, we checked out 3 South African streetwear brands, and today we are going to explore even more. On this one, we have a few local celebrities involved, so does that make a brand automatically cool? I'll leave that to you. First off, we have a brand called 5th of June. 5th of June is a South African clothing brand based in Johannesburg. They focus on the styling of their clothing and the garments they use, and less on the graphic design side of things. Like their overlooked top t-shirts that look like a cut and sew design that goes for something like 506 Rand. The price could be due to the materials that they have used. Apart from the t-shirts, 5th of June offers jackets and pants in some of the most unique and interesting patterns, one of which is their concrete jungle collection, with the jacket going for 1500 Rand and the pants going for just 1000. And if you buy them both, you get to save 500, as you'd get the set for like 2000. I'm not trying to sell the brand or the set to you guys, I just think it's a pretty cool set, that's all. What I would critique about the design is that the logo could have been a bit more subtle. They didn't have to slap it all over the pieces like that, because the collection was already unique in itself. Unless of course the design wasn't exclusively theirs, then I'd get it, but still, you know, I don't like it. They have more unique pieces that look cool, such as these college baseball jackets, caps and t-shirts and all of that stuff. Their logo though looks like it could use a bit of work. It doesn't evoke the feeling that I get when I look at their pieces. And to help with their cause and brand awareness, they have worked with celebrities such as Black. Nasty C and Lucas Raps, who got to wear their merch, which is actually admirable for these artists to do. We need to push the culture forward together, both with artists in the music game and artists in the fashion business. Next we have KIC Sorir Gamin.
Real talk, man. Shout out to the kids. Shout out to the kids in the city. We've been seeing the kids everywhere. Keep doing your thing. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it up.
Hey man, excuse me with the pronunciation of some of these brands names, okay? Anyway, I think that KIC has to be the founder's name or something, but I did try looking it up, but I didn't find anything on that. Anyway, the name Sorir. Yo, just listen to this.
Sourire. Sourire.
It means smile, while Gamin means kid. I found out about all this from the culturecollector.co.za website, which I think is a pretty cool website if you are interested in anything fashion in and around South Africa. That's a website that I think you should check out. So it is said that the brand represents a generation of youth who have the edge to be something unique in a world where everything has been done and trends have been set. KIC represents the youth who are stuck at a point in their lives of choosing their dreams and confronting the norm. There is a whole lot more it keeps saying, but the brand's message shouldn't be that long to start with. A brand's message should always be short, precise and to the point. Their pieces are pretty simple. The photography is on point and looks nice. I think they represent the brand well, but the pieces themselves don't seem to communicate the message that their brand supposedly stands for. I mean, after reading what the brand stands for, you would expect the design and the graphics to have an element of a misfit and be rebellious, but it's just subtle in its design. And that's not to take away from the dope brand that they've built. I think they just need to align everything and give the consumer an element of familiarity mixed with surprise. To make something surprising, you have to make it familiar. They've got pop-up stores and seem to be putting in the work to push the brand forward, which I just have to recognize and respect. It's only the beginning and I can't wait to see the brand evolve. Last but not least, we have Suave the Crafter, the underdog of the two brands that I've already spoken about. No, they haven't had their match on any celebrity, but I just identify with them solely because of how they had a similar ascent as my brand. It looks like when they first started out, it was all a mess and without a clear direction, but they have been able to evolve to the present day. Now, suave is a word typically used on men, which means charming, confident, and elegant. And I struggle to see how that relates to the values of their brand. They went from experimenting to eventually getting it right with the white top and pants with geometric color shapes. And from then on, you can see them venture into their hoodies, which I think look dope from the front print and the back print as well. They are still exploring colors and fabrics and how they can infuse it, painting jeans in their latest release, and also exploring into some t-shirt designs. Now, if you take a look at one of their t-shirt designs, it says that they create art-based clothing. So I'm assuming that they focus on creating wearable pieces of art for people. I can't wait to see what they are going to come up with in the future as well. You know, this is sort of like the underdog of the two brands that I've spoken about in this, where I talk about, you know, some of the brands that I've been discovering out here in SA. As somebody who's starting out a brand right now and just focusing on making the most dopest t-shirt brand out there, I think for all these brands that I've spoken about here, it's so important to firstly, you know, concentrate on just one product, you know, make it trend, make it recognizable as much as possible, so that people already have one product from your brand that they already love and can recognize. That way you can create and build an even stronger brand, and also to create a hype for your brand by releasing small quantities of that said product. This is one of the things that I actually recognize while I'm looking at these brands, is that, you know, they try to venture out into so many things where they'll try creating t-shirts, caps all at once. It might work, but I wouldn't say it's something that you necessarily have to do. You don't necessarily have to try and put your brand on everything all at once. Try to master just one product, make the highest quality of that product as much as possible, and from then on you can venture into another product until you have built a strong brand for yourself. Just like Cultfish. You know, Cultfish is a South African brand that launched their Cultfish store just about last year in Cape Town, and one of the things that they were mostly focusing on was also just t-shirts. They mostly focused on t-shirts for a long time before they started venturing out to caps and shorts and stuff like that. And this is something that I'm also trying to do as well. Start by just focusing on one product of your brand until that product starts to trend, that product starts to sell really like crazy, and then start introducing another product into your brand. That way you build an even stronger brand. But I am obviously so impressed by the brands that I'm seeing here and the brands that I've been listing. I'm still going to continue on this series with more South African brands that I think are dope and worth, you know, putting on your radar as some of the brands that are going to potentially pop and make it big out here, and just put in some competition into the market, and also give the consumer options when it comes to shopping for local streetwear brands and stuff like that. It's all dope. It also, you know, motivates me to do better. It also motivates me, you know, to create even better designs and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I love this. And yeah, man, if you liking this series so far, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, man. Road to 1,000 subscribers. We in there, baby. We in there. And yeah, man, if you have made it to the end of this video, man, thank you for watching it all to the end. And yeah, man, I'm out, and I'll be back with another one.